What happens when you try to make a TV show based on a popular movie and it gets canceled before it makes it to air? Well, you turn it into a shitty sequel. Today we're talking Cruel Intentions 2, Roll the Song.
We all love the first one, but the second movie sucked. Trying to catch lightning in a bottle 2 times takes a lot of luck. Brian, Tim, and Dave are watching movies that are lame. These are the sequels that aren't equal.
Hello and welcome back to the Sequels That Aren't Equal podcast, the podcast that looks at beloved major motion pictures to get a follow-up movie that falls well short of the mark. Hello, I am your co-host Brian.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Tim.
Rocking the Cruel Intentions t-shirt.
Yeah, got it at Target.
Nice.
It was a good. Sometimes Target will throw a low-key, deep cut T-shirt in there. You know what I'm saying? Target's good for that.
Is that like a recent purchase?
No, this is maybe.
Or
I've had this probably for about, I'd say 6-7 years.
No, that recent though.
Deep
That's
cuts,
impressive.
man.
That's a good deep cut.
I love shopping at Target t-shirts, dude.
Yeah, they got
Because
some
they're
good
like,
graphic
you can
tees.
buy band shirts there and they're like $12. And the same ones are like $25 a Hot Topic.
Yeah, whoever was doing like that whatever that job is, deciding what you put in your stores clothing wise, that person was killing it. Like in the like from 2013 to 2017, they had some deep cut T-shirts. So Target, bring that person back. You know what I'm saying? Like Vera Wang, you know, they have like the Vera Wang, you know? They'll have like, what's the one with the well? Vineyard or something like that? Vinland? You know the one with the well on the logo?
Yeah,
something like that. They'll have like those releases. Bring that person back and say deep cut T-shirts.
Right.
You know?
Beloved movies of the 90s.
That nobody will buy. They'll be on the sale rack for 50% off in a few months, but there'll be that one person like me, you guys, you know what I'm saying? We'll get those deep cuts, Cruel Intentions, and 90 banger.
Yeah, speaking 90s bangers, today we're talking Cruel Intentions. The original film was 1999, right?
Correct.
Yeah, good year.
Very good.
Film. We have talked 1999 for films before. An amazing year for cinema.
Mwah.
And among them, the teen sex drama thriller Cruel Intentions.
This is the king.
All right, Dave, you want to set up Cruel Intentions for as far as its stats and box office?
Yeah, I love Cruel Intentions. Yeah, so this came out March 99. I was a junior. I want to say spring break-ish, and a lot of Shap alum were there. It was a great time had by all, loved it. So this came out 99, written and directed by Roger Kumble.
Who does return for the sequel. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Principal cast, this is a great cast. This is one of the hottest casts. This
Men and women.
very hot. We're gonna start with hot Ryan Phillippe.
He's a beautiful man.
He is hot. This band's
beautiful
hot.
man.
He's got the Justin Timberlake ramen hair going in this. Like, dude, he is hot. You got Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
Love
Peak Gellar.
I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. Reese Witherspoon.
Baby
This
spoon.
is when her debut, really coming out party.
Is this her first feature film?
She had like Fear and a couple
She
other
had
like
Fear, she had Freeway, and she also had Election. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So
So
Election
That
was
had already happened.
four. Election, I think, came out the same year, right? Right?
Because I was going to say, Election really was kind of what put her on.
Yeah, I wanna say
people
that
like,
was-
hey, who's this lady?
I think that was also 99. So this is really her
Yeah,
big
if you're a real
kinda
film
year.
aficionado, you knew it was Freeway with Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah.
Right on.
The deformed Kiefer. He's got like the weird thing going. You got Selma Blair.
Yeah.
You got the always lovable Joshua Jackson is in this, and I had forgotten kind of a minor role. Tara Reid. Was in this.
Yeah.
And this would have come out just, and we'll talk about it later, just a few months before American Pie, which of course then Tara Reid blew up.
Yeah.
But at the time, yeah, she was.
Was that before or after Big Lebowski? Where's Big
Lebowski
in
was
this?
first.
Okay.
Yeah,
She was just a minor part.
Yeah.
Key part, because she's Bunny,
Yeah.
but a minor part in Lebowski. And then, of course, 99 hits, and she blows
There's
up.
sometimes those small parts are, you'll be in a movie 5 minutes, you can be unforgettable, and I think that's what she was in Big Lebowski. Like I think everybody remembers Tara Reid being in that, just still in the show for those 5 minutes she was in it.
Oh yeah. On the
I'm gonna go look for an ACI machine. One of my favorite lines in a movie. Full of favorite lines.
Yeah. So this is written, directed Roger Campbell, and then based off a classic French novel, Les Liaisons Dangereuses by Pierre Chaudelot de Laclos.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you covered that today because I would have murdered those
This came out in 1783. So
A lot of movies are based on that book, like Danish Liaisons based on it too, right?
80s,
Which is another
Michelle Pfeiffer, whatnot. So
Keanu Reeves.
where it's got, instead of French aristocrats that are
Uma Thurman's in that too.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a Melissa and Well right there.
Yeah, that's another hot person movie too, dude. Because you got Michelle Pfeiffer, Uma Thurman. That's a great front court on any team right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tall, lean, blonde. Yeah. Just ready to block shots. Yeah. No man's getting in the lane. They're getting rejected.
So he took that premise. It was like, well, what if we put that in Upper East Side, teens in cool Manhattan? So here's your story. Budget, $10 million. Domestic box office, $38 million. So
Very respectable return.
And with a worldwide of $76 million.
Yeah.
So
And then did very well on cable.
Yeah,
It's like
the VHS.
DVD. I want to
DVD.
say this was the third DVD I bought. Of course, The Matrix 1. Matrix was first. Austin Powers was my second DVD. This would have been my third.
That's a good three-headed monster right there, bro.
Okay.
Also watchability.
I know, it's all year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that
And a
sounds
variety of
very
watchability. You got the comedy, you got the action adventure, and you got the, hey, there's a time when it was, let's watch Cruel Intentions and bang instead of Netflix and chill. Remember those days? Let's watch Cruel Intentions and bang. There was a time when that was a thing.
Well, you wouldn't say the and bang. That would be a
No. But everybody knew what was coming.
If you're throwing cruel intentions in the DVD player.
About this time, I'm probably in my 7th year in college. Definitely used the Cruel Intentions DVD to my advantage a few times, I'm not a doctor. I make social media content.
Wow. All right.
Undervalued, okay?
And besides using it to your advantage in college, what's your experience with Cruel Intentions 1?
I've never seen it at the theaters. I was married at the time. So, it was a great movie. And, lots of questions were asked when I bought the DVD.
So, this is fine cinema.
Yeah, this is based on a French novel.
Yeah.
Come on.
And that's at the time when, old theaters were, losing out to the multiplexes, so they became dollar theaters.
Absolutely.
And it was
I remember
the
the
prime. Yeah, but
dollar
I
miss
theater, dude.
dollar
God, I
theaters,
know.
dude.
I spent a lot of dollars. Sounds like a strip club at the dollar theater, making it right. Popcorn and Coke, dollar.
Everything was a dollar.
Triple feature. Let's do it.
I would go to the dollar theater when I didn't have anything to do. I remember watching The Craft like 30 times. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I love The Craft too. Great hot girl movie. So I seen Cruel Intentions probably at that dollar theater, and it's kind of like almost the Paul Rubin, Pee Wee Herman vibe, because you go in there and be a lot of single dudes. You know what I'm saying? With long jackets. So it kind of had that vibe with Cruel Intentions. So that's my experience with it. I remember buying it immediately. You spending like $25 for a DVD at the time to see, to own it. Because I was a big Buffy fan. Who didn't love Buffy? Buffy's one of those things where everybody loved it seems like. And then of course, Tennessee boy, Reese Witherspoon, Tennessee girl. I was all in on Reese Witherspoon early on. Ever since I seen her Freeway with Kiefer Sutherland, I was like, this is one of my favorite human beings on the planet. So I was all about Cruel Intentions. Plus the story's great, it's sexy. There's lots of stuff going on in that. It's just really appealing in a lot of ways. So I love Cruel Intentions. One of my all-time favorite movies from the 90s. I think it's at least in my top 15, top 20, no doubt.
Wow.
Had to make a list of 90s, and of course, 90s is the greatest decade in cinema history. So there's a lot of good movies. If Cruel Intentions is on, I'm by myself, I'm watching it. I'm watching it. That's a guarantee. Yeah.
And if you're with friends, you just kind of look at it and say, hey, is this cool? I have to change the channel.
We can all sit in different spots with pillows. You know what I'm saying?
Deservingly winning the MTV Award for Best Kiss.
Maybe of all time.
This was a hot movie.
Yeah.
Hot, sexy,
Best
cool.
kiss between Selma Blair and Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Yeah.
not between like Ryan.
Yeah. This drove middle America, Christian Republicans crazy that won in the award, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel kind of left out because, I saw this movie. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. And then, forgot. I haven't seen it in 20-something years. I was like, perfectly fine film. And, I don't know.
Yeah, it just starts off just so cool because, like, yeah, the opening, you got the flyover shot, and first it's like the graveyard where, you know, Sebastian ends up, you know, and then, yeah, you pull up and it's the New York skyline, and then he's driving in his, like, what, 1950 something, like, Porsche convertible like car. Yeah, and then he's on the road, and we cut to him, and he's cool, and he's got the hair and the glasses, sunglasses. It's just cool. You know, placebos, every me is playing. Like, just immediately, you're like, I am in. This is cool. Everything's hot. Let's do this.
It was a good soundtrack.
Yeah, dude, it has some great little drops. You have during the lovemaking scene, Colorblind by Counting Crows. And then, of course, at the end, with that victorious ending, is Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. So great music, great. Just
And the Stones are just making money.
Yeah, they are.
What a great man. The Stones, they're making more money probably off somebody else's music than their music because they straight ripped it off, which is probably one of the greatest non-karaoke covers of all time is Bittersweet Symphony by Verve Pipe. There's the Verve or Verve Pipe?
just The Verve.
I know, I get the two mixed up as well.
Oh, geez.
Verve Pipe is Freshman.
Yeah.
Another banger from the late 90s.
Which is a depressing freaking song. It's not. We were all freshmen. Yeah.
You know, songs about abortion. It's very romantic.
How many other songs about? There's a lot of abortion songs in the late '90s. There's another
Brick.
Late December.
Brick.
Yeah, the Brick. Oh, yeah.
It's like
breaking down the party.
You know, Roe v. Wade came out in the 70s. It's like abortion wasn't brand new in the 90s. Why is it all of a sudden all these bands are like, let's make abortion the hot topic?
Yeah. I know, that's weird how people, got tore up about it in the late 90s. Of course, we're coming off the grunge era. You know, we're not exactly to Columbine 9/11 yet, which the world went down the tubes. Has never been the same again. All right. And then, we just had that point where, just a lot of depression in the late 90s, There's a lot of depressing cinema, there's just a lot of crappy music in the late 90s. I think that's when we lost.
Oh, absolutely. No, music fell off a cliff in the 90s, for sure.
Probably after 95, 96, you think? I mean, I think Creed has a lot to do with it.
Creed.
I blame everything on Creed, dude.
The rise of Creed. I blame 9/11 on Creed.
You did? Well, definitely. I think that was the spark that went into the Inferno. Because Creed came out, 96? It's 97, I feel like.
Al-Qaeda just did not agree.
Al-Qaeda not on my watch.
Creed. We got to stop these guys.
Watch.
They're Canadian, though. Why'd they attack us? Is Creed Canadian?
Nickelback.
Okay, yes.
I know they're
Creed in
Canadian.
America.
The shitty Creed cover band is what I call Nickelback. And they are from Canada. That's damn.
No, Nickelback is Canada.
Yeah, that sucks. Have they brought us anything good besides maple syrup?
Ryan Reynolds?
What a comment.
And Amy Adams, right? Isn't she Canadian?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Forget.
Culture-wise, have they really donated anything worthy?
Pamela Anderson?
I'm just talking about culture-wise. I mean, Pamela Anderson's a human being,
culture.
Yeah, he's part of the culture. She is great in pop culture.
She was part of the culture. All right, so that is a table set for the very successful first movie. So successful that they actually rushed production into Cruel Intentions 2, but it did not begin life as a movie. Dave, what's the story behind Cruel Intentions 2?
So this originally began, I don't know if you know this, Tim, it was going to be a primetime TV show on Fox.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Fox is not scared to push the envelope.
Yeah, because I mean...
Oh, but they were.
Oh, were they?
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay, who had NYPD Blue and all those
I don't want to say it was ABC.
ABC, okay, yeah, ABC.
But Fox always, pushed the envelope, like Married with Children when it came out.
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
No, they had a reputation for pushing the envelope, which is why it's funny that they did greenlight this as a series. And it's amazing that they greenlit it straight to series because they didn't just shoot a pilot. They shot, 3 episodes?
2 were in the can.
And then the third one was about to go into production.
Yeah.
And then the Fox executives saw the first 2 episodes and they're like, oh, this is too racy for Fox. We can't put this on Fox.
Yeah, so...
And they
Cruel Intentions, the TV show. What are they expecting?
I know.
They
pulled the plug.
And this was the network that had, Beverly Hills 90210, which had teens. It had sex, it had drugs, it had alcohol. It was,
very after-school special candy-coated.
Yeah.
But not as much as...
It kind of was.
But not as much as, say, Saved by the Bell. It was definitely...
It spells high cotton candy.
I mean,
She's drinking Jolt Cola. What's
the episode where she got addicted to
What's
cocaine?
Jesse Spano? What's the speed? It's Joe Cola, right? I mean, it's something so innocent.
It was the
caffeine
pills.
pills.
Yes, caffeine
Caffeine
pills.
pills.
Keep up the study and all that.
Not speed.
Not Adderall.
Caffeine pills.
Yeah, Adderall wasn't around in it. Was it called something else, or am I just oblivious?
No,
to
I
it?
mean it would have been speed, like
Okay.
meth, which is like the precursor to meth, and then they had to kind of water it down a little bit, make it caffeine pills available at truck stops everywhere.
Oh, that's right. What was the name of those? No Dose?
Yeah.
Those are. Yeah, I remember taking those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this was good. It was going to be called Manchester Prep, and it was going to be not a sequel or prequel. It was going to be kind of a retelling continuation. So it was going to have Sebastian, Catherine, Annette, which is the Reese Witherspoon, the Selma Blair character, Cecilia. So it was going to be all of them, and like I said, kind of a retelling, but then continuation.
Continue on, absolutely.
Because spoiler alert, Sebastian dies at the end of the first one. And so, so it's going to be kind of retelling. So, and like I said, called Manchester Prep, had a 13-season order on Fox.
13 episodes.
That's
committing.
They went all in. It's
going to be a great show.
So they had 13 episodes set up. We're good to go. And like I said, it was slated for September 99, and the first one came out March 99. So, I mean, this must have been pretty immediately like, okay, we got to do this.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. They must have greenlit this immediately to be ready to air 6 months later. And the fact that they skipped the whole pilot process and went straight to series.
Yeah, and what's crazy, and we'll definitely be getting into, so the writer-director of the first one is also writer-director, executive producer of the show.
Okay, so that is what was the most shocking thing to me because, and we'll get into it, but immediately from the first scene, you notice a huge tonal shift from Cruel Intentions to Cruel Intentions 2 to where I thought it was a completely different creative team.
Yeah.
And to learn, no, same writer, same director, and to have it have such a dramatic shift from 1 to 2 was very shocking to me.
Yeah, so, and what's funny, what finally did kill it, because like I said, they were filming, doing their thing, and there was a story came out about the making of, this show, and they previewed like a scene, and it was the horse scene where she's on the horse saddle and gets off on the horse saddle, and Robert Murdoch was like, not on my watch, and killed the show.
Yeah, killed it.
Way to go,
Murdoch.
Pulled the plug.
It was like, no, this is too much. This is too hot for TV.
America can't handle a woman pleasuring herself on a saddle.
Yeah.
But I approve a stupid womanizing presidential candidate full force.
Full force.
But a woman enjoying riding the horse, I can't get behind.
No, this is too hot for TV.
TV.
Folks, it's too hot for TV, okay? Believe me. There's nothing more hot than a girl riding a horse, okay? Everybody loves it. I say go with it.
So, I mean, it did save them in the fact that because it was going to be a retelling, they did kind of back the story up a little bit before the events of Cruel Intentions 1.
Yes, so they have, like I said, the first 2 episodes are done.
Right.
And so they're like, well, we have all this footage. We have a story here we got to do something with. And they couldn't make it a sequel because Sebastian's dead. So then they were like, okay, can we make this a prequel? And then they were like, well, we gotta change some characters. We're gonna have to add, create a new ending. So they definitely had to rework.
Oh, there was reworking.
There was quite a bit of rework.
There's really bad overdubs because the headmaster and the headmaster's daughter were named the same as in the movie, the first one. But of course, now this is supposed to be a different headmaster and a different headmaster's daughter now in the show because this is a prequel. This is a different headmaster's daughter that Sebastian is trying to conquer or conquest. And so, they overdub into a different name, and it's really funny because it's like really bad overdub jobs as they had to go every instance of the name. And I think on IMDb, they even pointed out one case where some side character refers to the headmaster by the wrong name.
Oh.
So they even missed one. But yeah, they had to go through and redub all the instances of their names because now it's a different headmaster, even though the plot you can tell is laid out to be exactly the same as what the first movie was.
They missed a lot of things in production-wise on this movie. Oh, we got that point? Yeah, we're going
It was a little sloppy. Well, let's get into once we start talking scenes and stuff. So one more thing I kind of wanted to touch upon that is this isn't the only case of a TV show that gets ordered, goes into production, the network then gets gun shy, pulls the plug, and then they end up releasing it as a movie. And when I heard the story behind what happened with Cruel Intentions 2, it made me immediately think of another art house darling movie. It's a movie I'm sure you've heard of, a director that's very famous, art house darling. And he made what was supposed to be the first couple episodes of a TV show. And once the network saw it, they're like, this is not going to air on our network. So he did the same thing that Cruel Intentions did in that he shot some very sexy scenes and an ending and put it out. And it is about, I want to say it came out in 2000, 2001.
All right.
Yeah, it would have been.
So what art house director darling, who had a TV track record, I'm giving you some major hints, would have put out a TV show and then the network got freaked out?
My first guess at this, when you were first talking, I was thinking Harmony Korine. But then I was like, no, you know what I'm saying? You said the TV show thing. I know we never made a TV show.
Oh no, this is a indie director darling.
Okay,
They had a very successful TV show, and this was supposed to be his next series, and it didn't take.
We're not at David Fincher, right?
David is in the name. The viewers at home are probably screaming at their screen.
Oh, not Kornberg, right?
No, it's David Lynch.
David Lynch. Shit! How did I miss that?
David Lynch. And the movie first, you said Harmony Korine.
Harmony Korine. No, I said
David Fincher.
And David Fincher.
Son of a bitch. I'm trying to spit David Lynch out of my freaking.
Oh no, it was David Lynch.
Twin Peaks. That's what I.
Yes, Twin Peaks.
Shit, now I'm an idiot.
The film is.
Hold up. It's not Twin Peaks. It is not Blue Velvet.
Now later. After Inland Empire.
Or after Lost Highway.
Or I meant that one, yeah.
God, okay.
It also has a
Mulholland
great
Drive.
girl kiss.
It has an amazing girl scene that I can't believe you are not thinking.
Dude, okay. Maybe I didn't bring my A game.
Mulholland Drive.
I said Mulholland Drive, right?
You did not.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great girl.
That was supposed to be a TV series, and then once ABC, I assume it was ABC because everything he did
was
God, with Naomi Watts.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, because she was a nobody at the time, and so this was going to be her TV
So did they
show.
shoot some of Mulholland Drive as a TV show? That's actually a movie?
Exactly like what happened
That was
here.
going to be a spectacular TV show.
Well, the scene you're thinking of, he added later.
Okay,
But yeah,
yeah.
it was going to be a TV show.
But it's shot great. You know what I'm saying?
Beautifully.
Of course, Twin Peaks changed the game.
Twin Peaks.
So no wonder. All right.
Yeah, so anyway, Mulholland Drive started life as a TV show. Exact same story. The network saw the first 2 episodes. They're like, this is terrible. We're not doing this. He takes it back. He shoots some scenes, including some very sexy scenes, and then releases it as a film. So the exact same story as what happened with Cruel Intentions. But Dave, you said you found another example of this.
Yeah, well, as far as it hadn't gone into production or anything, like with Cruel Intentions or another one, but yeah, there was it's a very popular 1995 film. We've all seen it. We all love it. Was originally going to be a TV series about cool high school kids in the mid 90s, and she had pitched it, and
Oh, is this Clueless? Because you
Yeah.
said she.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my hint.
yeah,
Amy
it was gonna be,
Arpels.
it was gonna
I
be
feel against
called-
my so-called life
it was
early
gonna be
on.
No Worries.
Okay, so Clueless was supposed to be a TV show, and then they said, "Now let's just make it."
Yeah,
Which eventually became a TV show, right?
and then ironically, then
Full
that
circle.
became
Yeah.
a TV show.
All right, well there you go.
Yeah, and then there was another one where it was a great horror franchise that was going to be an episode of the X-Files called Flight 180.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I know this.
Guy wrote the script, and from what I had read, he went to turn it in, and someone else was like, "Dude, this should be a movie. Like, you should do this.
Don't turn this
Yeah,
in.
don't." And starring the movie series starred a Devon Sawa from the 2000s.
There are at least 5 of these films, and there's rumors that they want to bring it back. Tim,
sure it'll be
horror
brought back.
franchise,
Yeah.
5 films deep. What do you think?
Started in 2000.
Started in 2000.
Final Destination.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Final Destination.
Did get me on that one.
Did
I
get you
just
on
had
that
too many Davids in the skull. But I was naming David Lynch films the whole time. I was doing
No,
Fincher.
that was first you said Fincher.
Yeah, but I was saying Blueville.
Yeah.
I was saying them.
You're on the right
I was
track.
saying Lynch films.
Yeah.
That's what was throwing me off because I always get Fincher and Lynch confused. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but there's a lot of Davids in that timeline. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So yeah, that is the story behind Cruel Intentions 2. It was supposed to be a TV show, and then got the plug pulled because Rupert Murdoch is like, oh, this is too hot for TV. They saved it by shooting some additional scenes, and then they R-rated it up to release it as a prequel because they had, luckily for them, started the story back far enough with Sebastian meeting his sister. Of course, in the Cruel Intentions, they already have the relationship. And that's what takes us to this movie. The tonal shift, though, to touch upon that, Dave, when we were like in the pre-show for this, you made a pretty keen observation as to what would have happened between the release of Cruel Intentions and the production of Cruel Intentions 2 that would have caused them to maybe change the tone. What do you think it was?
Yeah, it was real interesting because, the first movie, it's like we've said, it is hot.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
It's a music video come to life.
Yeah, it's, they're cool, they talk cool, and there's humor, but it's
peppered in there.
In their cruelty.
I mean, strong
and their-
acting too in Cruel Intentions. That pulls it
Yeah.
off. I mean, everybody's hitting early on, hitting home runs in that.
Yeah, so
That's probably Felipe's greatest role. Probably Sarah Michelle Gellar's favorite role. You know,
Ryan
Best
Felipe
role.
was excellent as a cop in, what was the movie where he played the cop?
you're talking about Academy Award winner Crash?
Yes.
Is it Crash?
Yeah.
It is Crash.
Yeah.
I remember he was excellent in that film.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
the film was kind of overrated, but I remember
Yeah.
he was excellent in that
good,
film.
yeah.
And Way of the Gun. He was good in Way of the Gun too,
Yes, but
which is
no,
an
it was
underrated
Crash
movie.
I was thinking of. He was very good in that film. Anyway, Dave has a theory as to what would have happened to cause them to change the tone, and I think you're onto something.
Yeah, so like I said, because the tone, it's cool, sleek, all that, and like I said, then the series, now movie, and it's the same guy, the same creative force,
Same writer, director.
makes it, and just right off the bat, the first scene is wacky and Cruel Intentions 2. I was like, this is a weird comedy. The tone was real silly. Like the humor was much more silly. It was a very silly film.
silly.
And I was, like, what happened? And one thing I thought of, and I don't know if this is the case, but this was my theory, that between, March of 99 and then say when this, reshoots and all this would have probably happened later 99, end of 99, there was a other teen, more now just a comedy that came out in August of 99, American Pie. And so, which was very successful. So I can't help but feel like maybe they were like, can we make it more like that? Can we make it more
would think that,
humor?
though?
Who would think the coked out TV exec?
Oh,
that
geez.
sounds right up there.
Yeah, like the shower scene, and we can get to that now or later.
We can get to it now and later.
Yeah,
We should have a side pod just on that scene. All right, good 20 minutes just on that scene because it's glorious. If you watch this movie, please, if I had to make a top 10 of shower scenes now, that after I've seen this could be a contender for top 3. Top 3 nominee. This is a ESPN Web Gem nominee. I'm putting it right on the table. I'm going to all in and say that's a top 3 shower scene right off the bat in a movie. It's called Sequels That Aren't Equal, but shower scene wise, it's a gem.
with the are you twins? No, we're kissing cousins.
So he goes, he's joking around, but you gotta tell us that slapstick kind of, it's gonna be Ferris Bueller, Van Wilder, where are we going with Sebastian here? But he ends up being it's like, he looks like a total dork, and all of a sudden he just turns it on just like that. Yo, I'm a playboy, So, I mean, you got that whole thing where he goes, are you ladies sisters? Joking around, ha, ha, ha. They go, no, they change, they stay in the seduction mode the whole time, which they're, and this whole thing about Catherine, just something about this woman, even Michelle, what a great follow-up. You got Michelle. Sarah,
We haven't discussed the cast.
Yeah,
the sequel yet.
Oh, yeah,
well, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry.
We have this super scene on it, and then
This shower scene has me round up.
Good
Lord.
rightfully so.
I mean, not only are they beautiful twins, but then there's 2 pairs that make an excellent quattro. You know what I'm saying? How do you say
Quartet.
Thank you, Brian. There's a quartet there that oh my God.
Quartet Symphony.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
that shower scene.
yeah, these were blessed by the hands of God himself. He came down here and molded this quartet. I mean, it is glorious. Thank you, baby Jesus, on whatever manger you lay in. This is some of your best work ever.
All right, well, yeah, we'll get to the shower scene, but before that, let's talk the cast of the sequel, because there is one very notable standout who got cast. Of course, none of the actors from the first one return in the second.
Correct, yeah. So, which I labeled as a sequel sin. One of those, you know you're in for a bad sequel when none of the original cast returned, but it's the same character. So,
I mean,
that's a sign you know you're going to watch a bad sequel.
Yeah, but back then nobody wanted to do TV.
In this case, you can't blame them because this was supposed to be a TV show. Yeah, and they were all, at that point,
very
succeeding
successful.
very well in their...
And you know, Gellar's not coming back because she just came off a TV show.
She's still doing Buffy, but now she's done Scream 2, I Know What You Did Last Summer, then does this, then goes on and does Scooby-Doo and all this.
Yeah, she's trying to exit TV because back then TV was
great work in
not what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Those Scooby-Doo movies are very good.
I think Scooby-Doo movies are great.
I don't think do they get the credit they deserve, or am I just not hanging out with enough teenagers to?
James Gunn.
He did. And I
freaking didn't know that.
I did not know that. I was just about to bring that up. When he blew up after Guardians of the Galaxy,
No wonder they're so
all
good.
of a sudden Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 got reclaimed by culture as oh no, these are actually good. And if you haven't seen Scooby-Doo 1 and 2, they're funny.
And he made the greatest trauma movie of all time too. Romeo and Juliet. It's
classic.
Okay, I feel. First off, we need to do a side cast on the small percentage of cinema shit from the 90s. I'm sorry. We're going to bleep that out. Want that YouTube money. The small percentage of cinema stuff that Tim does not know, side pod, that would have been one of them. James Gunn.
The creative force behind.
So he did Scooby-Doo and Slither kind of like the same time.
Slither was first.
I mean, James Gunn, let's be honest, he's been doing bangers 90s, 2000, 2000s, teens, whatever you call them. We're on almost 4 decades of James Gunn not missing a step.
No, you know what I'm saying? The film Super, excellent.
Oh, I love Supers.
You talking about Rainn Wilson?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did that too?
Yes.
James Gunn, because that's one of I tell people all the time, you like Kick-Ass, you're going to love Super, but it's ultra
Dark.
James Gunn, how did I not know James Gunn?
Yes,
James Gunn, I apologize to you on a public forum.
James Gunn's doing just fine.
Yeah, he's all right. He'll get over it.
He's the new head of the DC Cinematic Universe.
You're in the DC Universe, but I still want to apologize to you. In case you ever watch this, you know what I'm saying? Why is there a rush when you see a movie that's so good and you try to chase it? You know what I'm saying? You'll just start watching movies you never seen. All these indie films you never seen. The Dragon. Chase. Dude, because that's what Super gave me, James Gunn. You know what I'm saying? You fed the vein, bro. Yeah. Once the venom enters my veins. You know that song I'm talking about? God, that's why I'm here. When I say Super. I'm going out. I'm just going off into a rabbit hole right now. Apologies,
going deep.
But that's what kind of rush that Super gave me. And I'm so happy to know that James Gunn did that movie, man. That's amazing.
Scooby-Doo.
Man, let's get back to the podcast. You guys got to slow me down right now, man. Because I'm like, what's our podcast about?
This show becomes a therapy session for Tim every week. Every week it's therapy for Tim. We should start.
How do we get to that from James Gunn making bangers to
start 20 minutes by the hour.
So I would probably ever watch this part of the podcast.
So let's rate it back. Okay, so because this started life as a TV show, not as a proper motion picture, we did not locate a proper budget for it and a proper box office because it was never released in the U.S. theatrical.
Correct, yeah. It was straight to DVD.
If you recall our Lost Boys episode where we talked about the very lucrative straight-to-DVD market that would have been happening in that time period, that's probably why they were able to save it. Instead of just having it go into the dustbin of history, they were like, hey, it's still a hot title. Let's just make it straight to DVD. And I'm sure it sold well enough to at least recover its budget.
I know I watched this on DVD. In the year it probably came out, cruising to Hollywood Video, I loved the first movie, might as well watch the second. It's terrible, don't remember it. Had to rewatch for this, but yeah.
But it's a good rewatch.
It did its job,
It made a 3.
You know,
The man of 3. So now let's talk cast, because we did tease that there is one standout luminary big get that this show was supposed to be a TV show actually landed in the year 1999. Who is this the feature film debut of?
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
Had a couple TV. Her first, I believe, her first like official release. She was in Drop Dead Gorgeous, the Kirsten Dunst, Denise Richards vehicle. She was like a small part of.
I never
that. She did a couple B movies. There was Psycho Beach Party. Some TV appearances in 99, 2000. So that's when she started. So I'm sure she was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be my big break." Network television,
network television, prime time. Teen soap like a 90210, based off of a hot current movie. I mean, I'm sure she was very happy she landed this role.
So she was, Catherine. So
Catherine, the Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Solid replace right there. That's when you got like Joe Montana and then Steve Young's your backup. You got 2 Hall of Famers.
Yes.
And a Hall of Famer riding the bitch.
Yes.
Montana goes down. I'm just going to put in another Hall of Famer, Bill Walsh. That's what the director of Cruel Intentions is like. I got Sarah Michelle Gellar, solid starter, but I got Amy Adams on the bench. I'm talking about prime Amy Adams, Maxim. You know what I'm saying? She's at her Maxim peak. Stuff magazine. She's in that, big blue eyes, the red hair. That's a home run hitter. That's a 50-yard bomb to Jerry Rice every time. That's what he got in that.
Yeah, and so she's playing a high school senior, or no, I'm sorry,
They are sophomore.
Well,
You're doing some big, like, I remember.
Then there's sophomores in high school?
Yeah.
So it can't be sophomore because they're never really close. It's a sophomore.
Why did you say
clubs.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
No. But
Before you even feel worse about really loving Cruel Intentions.
listen, before you feel horrible about yourself, the point I'm about to make is she was 25 years old.
Thank God.
Yeah, they are actually sophomores in high school.
We were about to get dazzled.
So she's playing a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And I thought she was 18, 19.
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised.
This was like college.
Well, no, see, that's just it. They're supposed to be in high school. So when they say
the first one, they are
sophomores and
seniors in high
seniors,
school.
Oh, okay.
they're talking sophomores and seniors in high school. Yeah, so she's...
After the shower scene, I tuned out kind of like on specifics. You know what I'm saying?
Well, before you feel too horrible about yourself, the actress Amy Adams was 25 years old when she filmed this. And, I mean, she looks radiant. She looks amazing. But, I mean, beyond just, of course, being beautiful, her acting off the... just out of the gate is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene where her mother, played by Mimi Rogers.
I was like, oh, hey.
And Mimi Rogers, right? She plays her mom, Sebastian's stepmother, who marries Sebastian's father. And, if you're not too familiar with the plot of the first one, Ryan Phillippe's character, Sebastian, Sarah Michelle Gellar's character, Catherine, are step siblings. So the mom, Mimi Rogers, is like chastising her because Sebastian like shows her up at dinner, and then Sebastian and the dad leave, and it's just the mom and daughter, and she starts like chastising her, like, "Hey, you need to show that you're better than him. What's up with you?" And she does this thing where she's both crying and trying to not cry at the same time. So she's doing 2 levels of crying, and I mean, I'm just like, wait, whoa, like this is a silly teen sex comedy, and all of a sudden, like, Academy Award level acting out of nowhere. So like, even though this is very, very early in her career and a bad made for television comedy, she's an amazing actress. Like, you can see it that early in her career.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that it took another 5 years before she really started to then take off. And then, of course, multiple Academy Award nominations. Sadly, he's never won.
Still doesn't have the statue.
Sadly,
I can't believe it. I thought, because, we had pre-production conversation, and I already thought that Amy Adams won. And I keep up with Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Kind of have a good idea.
Several
Yeah,
noms.
I always thought she won.
Academy voters, I want you to go back and watch Cruel Intentions 2. The next time she's up for something, you will give her the statue.
Yeah.
And what is a situation where some executive, like from HBO, somebody that, made is it The Wire? What jail show am I thinking of?
Oh, Oz.
Thank you. Oz, Sopranos, maybe Deadwood. What if one of those executive producers like, hey, this was originally supposed to be a TV show, or maybe had a hand in making that TV show. It's like, wow, this girl's really acting is outstanding. What if we actually put really good actors exceptional actors in TV shows. That's probably what spawned, when we had, the TV shows started going like way above normal TV shows.
Prestige TV, it's called.
Oh, thank you. Prestige. That's a great name for that.
I didn't coin
That
it.
could have started Prestige TV. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We now live in the era of prestige TV where even major Hollywood stars can go do a TV series on Netflix, no less, and do not get any shade for it. It's perfectly considered normal. Whereas before, if you were a movie star and you went to TV, that was like the signal, like, uh-oh, guys.
Washed out.
This is the beginning of the end. Like, it's only downhill from here. So, prestige TV is definitely the era. And you mentioned, HBO exec. If this project had landed it at HBO instead of Fox, maybe it could have been a series. Maybe it could have been successful if they would have kept more to the tone of the first film, because I'm sorry, the slapstick tone just doesn't work. So David, you brought up the first scene. The first scene is Sebastian. He's about to move in with his dad, who he is basically estranged from. He's been living with his mom, but she's like a drug addict.
Like in rehab.
So she's going to rehab. So this is prompting him to go live with his dad, who he barely knows. And so he's like talking to his headmaster at his current school, about transferring his records to his upcoming school, the Manchester Prep, that the show was supposed to be named after. And, in this conversation, it's like this madcap comedy where like the headmaster's like, "You're always getting in trouble, Sebastian. You gave the school hamster an overdose of Viagra." And I'm like, wait, what? Like, where is this tone coming from? And so anyway, Sebastian ends up, how does he release the picture of the headmaster's wife?
It was in the yearbook.
In the yearbook.
Yeah,
That's just it.
So as he's walking out of the building and principal sticking his head out the window, yelling at him.
He literally opens the window and yells, "Sebastian!" shaking his fist. And I was like, oh, that's the kind of movie this is? Yes, audience, it's the kind of movie that has the headmaster shaking his fist, yelling the character's name out the window, "Sebastian!"
Yeah, I was so mad at this intro because I'm like, this isn't Sebastian. Like, dude, Sebastian's so cool.
Yeah.
In the first one, and he's like, this goofy prankster.
Goofy is the right word.
And then it took me a little bit of time to then go, okay, so this must be Sebastian's origin story of how he became. Because in the first one, he's terrible. So Sebastian and Catherine are equally terrible. They're both just
both bankrupt,
awful people doing terrible things, and then he gets a conscience, gets his life, and whatnot, where she never did. So so in this, it's we're seeing what made him the way he is, because he's not rich. He's
and that's another thing that really threw me is it's like his father is fabulously wealthy and. He's been living with his mom, so I get it. He's used to like a lower quality of life.
I don't think the dad it was that he married rich.
Yeah, the dad married rich.
The dad married
rich because
she's super rich.
Oh, I missed that.
He's like a grifter guy. Yeah, so
he's Captain Ron. Just think. Captain Ron married rich.
Yeah, so he was never rich, but his dad is like, oh, I grifted this girl. Oh yeah, we're gonna be be rich.
Okay, I'm so sorry, people. I totally missed that. So I was like sitting there going, because Sebastian shows up in the new situation and he's blown away at this quality of life. He gets his allowance. It's like $20,000 a week or whatever. And he's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Wait, this is your dad. Aren't you used to this?" And I mean, he came from a boarding school. So that's why in my mind, he, grew up with a wealthy dad who was just an absentee father. But you're saying he married into that wealth.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes a lot more sense.
They try to almost make him like kind of I think they stole a lot of things from Adam Sandler's, Happy Guilt. Nope, not Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah, it kind of had that vibe, the way he was interacting with, the staff that worked at the house.
Yeah.
They almost had that kind of vibe to it, so I think they really, like, what if Sebastian was Billy Madison? You know what I'm saying? But, always got Veronica Vaughn.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the problem I had with Sebastian is they made him a little too good to begin with. Like, he gets his big allowance and then he tips out the household staff with it and stuff like that. And it's just like, like you said, he was cool because he was evil.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, this is, I guess, his origin story. So we're seeing him like, so we're supposed to like him. He's supposed to be the opposite of Catherine. Catherine's, this terrible person, and he's this, he's done some bad things, but he's kind of like, I'm gonna
prankster.
Yeah, I'm gonna straighten up, fly right, and then
Fly right.
kind of, this is my fresh start, right? So after he leaves where he's from, goes to live in the new place, and we kind of mentioned the scene where he meets, Catherine and the stepmom, and we see that he plays the piano better than her. Like, he sits at the piano first, he does like chopsticks, and it's all bad, and she's like, but then he lays down.
Goes into Chopin.
And then it's like, oh, he's better than me, and something with like vocabulary.
That was,
Oh yeah, he did correct her right there.
He corrected her vocabulary.
Which happened to her a lot in the movie, because her mom did it later on at the massage table. So, I mean, that was an interesting subplot they had, that Catherine wasn't always so, and I think subplot to that movie. Yeah, she learned this by, dare we say, cruelty, because her mom's really cruel to her. You see why? Maybe this is a little bit better than I think it is. Because now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been the edible you gave me before the show. But anyway, the more I'm thinking about that subplot, they should have had more stuff. And I'm sure it's a TV show, so later on they would have probably done more with Catherine and her mom.
See, that's just it. It is a TV show. So you have to realize that they don't want to spend all their, ideas right out of the gate. They have to plant seeds that will later come to fruition, and they just never got the chance.
Because imagine that going on for a whole season. Mimi Rogers and Amy Adams going back and forth.
Yeah.
But what sucks about this, though, is they're opposites in this movie. The dad and whoever they got to play Sebastian, they're not hanging with these two ladies.
No.
You get the ounce of power in this show.
Yeah, no, the ladies are out acting the guys. Circles around him, because the guy who plays Sebastian, I mean, did you look it up? Has he done anything else? He's just
Robin Dunn.
I'm sure his co-star has been Kirk Cameron plenty of times.
He's just very generic guy.
Doesn't have the hot level, whereas Ryan Phillips
Ryan Phillippe is a beautiful man. He is a beautiful man.
Hot level match. Whereas this, there's an imbalance here.
Yeah, playing Playboy comedian, you know what I'm saying? Slapstick Three Stooges, nonetheless, is you got to get an Amy Adams type in there to play that part, because he's really got a hard part to play, because he's really playing two characters like, oh, I'm silly, funny Van Wilder, but then, okay, he's playing Van Wilder, I'm sorry, because Van Wilder is, good with the ladies and wacky too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where he's kind of, trying to kind of smooth, but
they got
also
Ryan Reynolds in there for that. That would have been a hit TV show. Ryan Reynolds and Amy Adams in Cruel Intentions.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
that's we're matching hotness there. That would have definitely the scale would have house.
No, I agree. Like the guy, I mean, he's charming enough to hang out with at a bar, but I mean, he's not a guy that is the lead of a TV show.
He's the third guy in the pack. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? I've been that guy in the pack before. I'm the funny, third guy. I'm going to get the third, fourth, maybe fifth hottest girl there. Maybe even take the grenade every once in a while. I've taken nuclear warheads before for my boys. That's how loyal I am. You want me to take the warhead? You know what I'm saying? You want me to take Hiroshima? I've taken Hiroshima before. That's how loyal and good I am to my friends. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
Taking some whoppers, boys.
Yeah.
I caught the big whale. Who's the captain of Captain Ahab. I'm Captain Ahab. I'm stabbing the big whale. I'm more Robert Quinn in Jaws, though. I'm that captain. You know what I'm saying? June 14th, 1942, 1,300 men go in the water, 300 come out, sharks got the rest. June 14th, 1945, but we delivered the bomb.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done that monologue in acting class. I haven't done it in a while, guys.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Real
We're Ahab and real in this thing, thank you. So bring it back, So we've now had where Sebastian has met his new step family, and then he goes to the new school. He's waiting to meet his now new headmaster, and there's a pretty blonde girl. And he's chit-chatting, and then he mentions something about where the headmaster, oh, this guy's a real whatever, I hear
it's a meet cute moment.
Where he's ragging on, oh, who's this guy, And then he meets the headmaster. And then, of course, the girl then walks in on it and, oh, hi, Dad. We realize, he talked bad about it.
We seen that one coming.
Yeah. Well, she's obviously supposed to be the Reese Witherspoon character.
Annette.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Annette, but has been recast as Proto-Annette.
Yeah, so it's the same setup.
It's the exact same setup.
Blonde hair and everything,
Yeah, she even has a, Walmart Reese Witherspoon vibe to her. I mean, she acted fine, but she's not Reese Witherspoon.
Maybe Walmart Denise Richards.
No.
No.
Okay.
Can't follow you down that road.
No.
Yeah,
You think she looks more like Reese than Denise Richards?
No, I feel she is definitely in the Reese wheelhouse.
Yeah. Just, it was cute. Like, the actress is good, she's cute enough, and,
First off, Reese Witherspoon is one of the best all-time dimes from the 90s. Let's make sure we give her a due. I mean, she was, in Cruel Intentions, it's just like, oh my God, who's this girl? Oh, it's the girl from Fear. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of like that, when you were watching Cruel Intentions. There's a time, people, when you associated Reese Witherspoon with Fear.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, with Fear. That's right, before Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Because when you watch Boogie Nights, like, oh, this is the guy from Fear. If you didn't know, it was Marky Mark.
Never seen Fear. I apparently need to go see Fear.
Dude, that is a sin. I've never heard you say a sin in my life. That's a confession.
Yeah, that's got some good stuff. That's got some needle drops.
All right.
Machine Head. All right, Bush.
All right, so plus they have Alyssa Milano in it. Dude, can we do...
We are never getting through Cruel Intentions to people.
You talk about an 80s smoke show and going to the 90s still smoking was Alyssa Milano. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was about to say...
Nicole Eggert.
Oh, Nicole. Oh, my God. Nicole. What's that movie she did with Corey Haim where it's just...
Corey Feldman. We talked about this in the Lost Boys episode.
Callback.
Dude, you got my heart on that one when you said Blown Away. I love that movie. I had that on VHS. That has some tracky lines. That has some tracky lines.
Oh, it's so
That was a be kind, yes, I'll rewind. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're kind to me? I'll be kind to you. I'm rewinding that tape.
Oh, my God.
Over and over again. Oh.
For our listeners that don't know what we're talking about, in the early days of VHS, because it was literally a magnetic tape, if there was one part of the VHS tape that got run through the magnetic playhead more than the rest of the tape, like you could actually see when you're watching it, like some static, for lack of a better word, and you can see, oh, this is the part of the movie that has been watched way more than the rest of the movie. And it's funny because when you would rent R-rated movies with nude scenes in them, you could always tell that those had been watched at a much higher rate than the rest of the movie because all of a sudden the tracking would go out. That's what
I think the greatest mass example of this that people could actually pull off a shelf and see it for themselves, they looked hard enough, is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. If you want to see the classic case of what we're talking about, tracking lines in a scene, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Kids walking out of a pool.
What, about 15, 20 minutes in? Yeah, that you'll see a perfect, because that's probably got to be the all-time greatest tracking line and tracking line. If there's a tracking line Hall of Fame, Phoebe Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High is the all-time greatest.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I was gonna go with Basic Instinct with the leg cross.
Yeah, that'll
be number 2.
That's top 10, but I'm telling you, dude, Phoebe Cates coming out of that pool is one of the greatest things in the history of mankind. Really, when it comes down to just men deciding great moments in cinema history, if it's just
wait, you said mankind, so let's put it up there with walking on the moon.
To man, like if it was the late '90s Man Show, Adam Carolla and
Jimmy
Kimmel, this would be their kind of honesty. Phoebe Cates coming out of the pool in Fast Times at Ridgemont High is one of the greatest achievements in cinema history. You know, it is
right up there with the parting of the Red Sea from the
Ten
Commandments.
Oh, forget that. If it's got to do with water and anybody coming out of it, forget Moses. Forget the Bible. That's a horrible story. Now, I want to be into a book that says Phoebe Cates comes out of the pool, slow motion. What was the song? Dave, what's the needle drop on that?
I don't remember.
Oh, please, God. You got to be able to. It's not the Cars, is it? No, it's not the Cars. You know, had that really cool synth, I think. And she comes out, and she just, I mean, what a smooth move by her. You know, she's got those little, God, this has got to get cut.
We've got the Jesus.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, that was my skin tip. Reel me in. Oh my God, where am I going?
All right. I'm going to be quiet for a little while. I'm going to sit there awkwardly. Woo. Guys, I'm sorry about this editing. I'm sorry about this editing. This one, I'm doing that.
Put this in the trailer to where it's not in the actual show. And people are like, where's this at? I just might make a whole other thing where Tim's way too freaking high. You know what I'm saying? He's ranting. I'm sorry, guys. I was ranting again now.
Little ranting. All right. So bringing it back.
So yeah, now the next kind of major plot point is at the school assembly. We see Catherine, and she's already like class president.
He's a class president as a sophomore.
Yeah, giving her speech, and the annoying freshman girl, which is the Selma Blair.
I was gonna say, which would have been the Selma Blair character.
Now, instead of Cecilia, Cherie or whatever, and this blonde freshman. And she's like annoyingly chewing gum, starts choking on it. So then
the hiccup. She gets the hiccup.
Yeah, like the hiccup and the gum, and they get spit into into Catherine's.
Yeah, you do the Heimlich maneuver on her.
That's actually not a bad scene, I don't think.
Yeah, it's fine.
And let's be honest,
it's like carried out. One guy, but I don't even know
she's
what.
Like, we never see this guy again.
Just like fireman carries her around.
But can we say here at Manchester Prep that maybe
he might have been a recurring character?
Okay, maybe he might have been. I think he's part of the secret club, not to get ahead. But anyway, now Manchester Prep, we can say at the most, this is if the whole school's there, because obviously there's a mixture of freshmen, sophomores, a mixture of classes.
Big school assembly.
This is maybe a class of 180 to 200, maybe at the most.
Oh, it's a small.
Yeah. So maybe being a sophomore class president and being that much of a smoke show is not a big reach.
No, she was
school
rich. Yeah, and she's
probably the hottest girl at the school.
Among them.
I'm sorry, the prettiest girl at the school, the most appealing. Try not to get canceled. Yeah. All right, I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we got that, and then since she got upstage, she's like, "I'm gonna destroy Cherie," which is like in Cruel Intentions, where the Selma Blair like, "Oh, I'm gonna corrupt this girl," because she's like this naive kind of dorky girl, and I'm gonna corrupt her. So they're just taking that story plot right from the original movie.
Yes. So if you've seen this not knowing the context of the TV show, I'm sure the person watching it, like young Dave here in 2005, would have been like, man, this plot is very much a retread of the first one. But yes, there are definite analogs. The plot, you can tell they're really just recreating the plot from the movie, but backing it up a little bit, filling in some scenes and stuff, because it's supposed to be a show and carry forward from that point.
Yeah. And then just to kind of speed along the plot, then you got Sebastian and the Danielle, the Reese Witherspoon character replacement, and so clearly he likes her, wants to date her, but she's the good girl and he's done bad things, and so then so that begins their little trying to date her,
right?
And he like buys her gifts because now he's got all this money that he gets for allowance. And he's like, oh, is this like quarterly, yearly? Or she's like, this is weekly.
Oh, yes. Let's just say off the bat that the butler character is like the most stereotypical butler. Indubitably.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his name wasn't Jeeves.
Yeah. And then, so they have, and we can go a little bit out of order on it, so I don't even remember what
this is.
Then he has, like, Sebastian hangs out with the help, and they're having a poker game, and of course Catherine comes in because, like, one of the drivers was supposed to pick her up, but he's at the card game, so then she chastises him out.
Could you imagine Social Justice Warriors on the casting of the staff? Could you imagine Social Justice Warriors now seeing that?
Oh, yeah,
that came out
it's
now.
not racially sensitive. It's not at all racially sensitive, no.
If you have a racial sensitivity, you might want to fast forward that servicing because it's like, wow.
And
you forget that people got away with that stuff back then.
We got to talk about the sushi chef joke.
Oh my God!
Wow. No, this is a great point.
So it was during the which I think only happens once, the secret society group, the tribunal.
And I have to think that was going to be a reoccurring thing. Yeah.
So it's a full scene. I like this.
Yeah. So and it happens literally once around in the same time where we see the elites and they're like, people we need to take down, and that freshman girl, she's like, oh, I'm gonna take her down. She humiliated me.
Right. So she made it on the list.
Yeah, and they'll see, oh, look at this geeky freshman. dispose of them. You know, there's lunch lady, they don't like the food, and they're like, oh yeah, we got to get rid of her. I want sushi. Yeah, we'll get in, whoever sushi chef name. And when they say the name, there's a gong sound effect.
Oh, there is.
Was there a gong sound effect?
Wow.
Wow, all right. This is
On the nose, Dickie.
I was like, okay. And then, yeah. And then, in that, they're having like a projector and they're showing the pictures. And then, Sebastian comes up and they're like, who's this guy, this new guy? We have to learn. And Catherine's like, pays someone like to get the dirt on this guy because his record looks a little too squeaky clean. This has been polished. I need the real dirt.
Right.
And it just shows how rich she is when she could pay other rich kids money to do shit to her.
Right.
I mean, she's throwing around like grands here on people.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, that kid, and you can tell right there during that scene that it's meant to be a TV show because it's like characters are introduced, but we maybe only see them one more time, small scenes for the rest of the time.
No, that's a very valid
TV show.
point. Yeah, if it were a movie, like you wouldn't have all these moments where this random character just comes up in prominence, like the guy who fireman carries out the freshman in that choking scene. So yeah, I definitely feel that too. There's definitely these moments where you're like, yeah, they would have been a bigger reoccurring character if this thing had continued.
Yeah, and I believe it's also just after the staff scene where there's an actual Catherine shows humanity a little bit and like an actual good, she gets to act and shine. Where she's like kind of describing her upbringing, that she needs to be perfect and the pressure she's under. Because he's like, wow, your life's really great. Must be nice, And then
I thought she was doing that scene with the Asian lady, the maid, that's brushing her hair. Did she try to pull that scene with her?
She does that as well, where she compares the plight of the Vietnamese lady, like her family escaping from like Vietnam.
There were 140 people in a boat the size of your pantry. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
and she's like, oh,
no self-awareness.
The first class, was real packed. So yeah, I know how that feels. And you're like,
because Elena does great in that scene too. She plays that day like, oh,
because he actually points out how out of touch she is, and then Catherine trying to like. Oh, yeah.
That would have been a great plot down the line is how, Sebastian is so in with the staff. He takes the people that she thinks lower than hers and uses that. She's got all the power coming from the top. Sebastian is maybe not really so much the working class, but, blue collarish kind of guy coming in to face that rich power structure. That might have, Cruel Intentions might have been a great TV show the more we think about it.
I'm going to say no. And the reason why is because at the end of the day, it commits the first sin of comedies. If you are a comedy, your first commandment is be funny.
Yeah, true.
It's not funny. It is most definitely a comedy. Like you said, the Cruel Intentions film was not a comedy, although it had moments of humor.
Yeah.
It was not a comedy. It was a, sexy drama thriller, whatever. Whereas this one, very much from the first scene, yelling and shaking a fist out of the office, is supposed to be a slapstick teen sex comedy. It's just not funny. The jokes fall very flat.
Yeah. And so along the same period in the movie where we're seeing, Sebastian with Danelle trying to get her, you got then Catherine trying to, I'm going to destroy Cherie and, by corrupting her. And, he's like, she's like, I want to make her a slut. Now ruin her reputation. Much like in the movie. But instead of the great girl kiss, we get the awkward horse saddle scene, which ended up torpedoing the
whole show.
This big show. So which
they should have just had two girls make out. That probably would have made it on Fox in '99.
But on HBO, I could imagine that scene. Get a different actress to play opposite. No offense to that girl, but getting that girl to play that quirky, innocent, and then have her ride a horse sensually. Because this is the part where it should have been sensual. where Cruel Intentions, the first one would have made that really sensual and really, you know, like, oh my God, it's a great scene. They try to turn it into a TV slapstick comedy, having her fall off the horse. And I mean, it just misses because Adams is killing Meredith. I mean, yeah, thank you.
It got American Pie.
Oh my God, that's right.
It got American Pie.
And, we can go back. We can go back to the shower scene now.
That's around the shower scene.
You know, we're back in that era where she, you know, so Catherine notices, oh, he, you know, she wants to destroy him because he's better than me, and so
his relationship is blooming. Yeah, massive daughter.
She wants to torpedo that any way she can. So she has her friends sleep over, and all of a sudden they're in his shower.
Yeah.
While he's showering.
I can't remember if we did the whole shower thing rant before we started rolling.
No, we were rolling.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this another 3-hour episode?
Yeah, it is now.
Okay.
We said a lot about the shower. Let's just say they are identical twins. They are very beautiful. They are very gifted in many ways. And it's like, you know, whereas in the film, this again would have been a sexy, cool moment. In the TV show, it's just like, oh, ladies, what are you doing in here?
Oh, how awkward. It's played very, American Pie, like the sex scene with, you know, he's basically Jim. He's the Jim character where, with the hot Natalia or whatever. She's like all hot, but it's like silly, like, you know.
Which in the first one would have been Catherine's like, you know, German blitzkrieg. Like, I'm going to hit this country hard. I'm going to hit it fast. I'm going to win the war really quick. Throwing those girls in there to seduce him. Now, Sebastian, you know, Ron Felipe in the first one, wouldn't have played it like, oh, quirky, awkward. He would have played it like, oh, I'm going to get with you ladies, but first, let me see if I can't manipulate you or seduce you into giving me some information about Catherine.
Agreed.
That's where that would have missed right there.
Yeah, it would have been.
And it would have been a much better scene.
Sexy, cool.
Oh my God, it would have
been cool. Instead, it was slapstick.
Put Felipe in that scene right there. Oh, that would have been like maybe some great cinema. Great cinema right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, that was obviously one of the scenes that they went and put in after the show had been canceled and they knew they were making it a movie. They're like, oh, well, let's sex it up because this is going to be a straight to DVD, you know, movie. So we want to put some nudity in there. They obviously had not shot any for the TV show. So they got some pretty twins to be, you know, naked in the shower. And what's funny is, you know, you were talking about production mistakes. I don't know if you caught it, but one of the girls, they're supposedly in the shower with him, and you can totally see she's wearing a bottom to her swimsuit. If you look, you can see her.
Sorry, I didn't notice that. I was like, geez, Brian.
Production mistake. She's obviously wearing a swimsuit bottom, not a swimsuit.
Did you read that afterwards, or did you notice that? Because there's no way you noticed that.
I read it on IMDb.
Yeah, Brian, look.
I read it on
Dude, you try to be better than us, though. You try to upstage us, man. I knew you read that. Get out of here. Nobody noticed that.
I read it before
I noticed a lot of
the
those.
scene, and then when I was watching the scene, I was looking for it, and I was like, oh, there it is. There it is.
I can't believe you try to upstage us, man. Like, you know, I'm better. He tried to Catherine us right there. He tried to manipulate us that he knows that. Oh, man, dude. That was awesome. You tried to Catherine in a podcast about Catherine from Cool Intentions, dude. That might be your genius right there.
Thank you. You said you had noticed some other productions.
Yes, I did.
What were they?
Okay, there's the club scene, you know, where Catherine takes her to kind of, you know,
this is where she takes the Selma Blair
Yes.
proxy to corrupt her by having her make out with some dude.
Yeah, like, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I see where it's leading, but, you know, she gets sick, throws up on the guy's pants. They got it, and Catherine says, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. The girl doesn't take the hint, part of trying to put the comedy in there. But anyway, they get to the bathroom out in this loud club. You know, it's that 90s house, techno rave everybody's into. And they go to the bathroom, and you've got this really loud club, and then in the bathroom, there's no background music. It sounds like they're almost in a sensory deprivation chamber. I mean, the audio's clear, so like there's a big mistake. There should be a music band.
They should have very subtly put it in the background to speak that they were still in the club.
Then throw a little reverb in there and make it sound.
Exactly. Should have had it on there because the cut back to the club is so harsh and not subtle. Right. You know what I'm saying? That it is very jarring in the film. The second one is where I think Catherine's trying to lift in on a conversation she got kicked out of, or she's talking through the door. I can't remember what. But anyway, you see her, you know, ear go to the door, and then you just see the shadow of the boom mic. So that's, so you know,
They wanted to listen too.
Yeah, they're getting in on that.
What are they saying in there?
ADR what? We gotta get the conversation in the door.
Well, so there you go. I don't know. Are there any other real scenes of note? I mean, I guess we got to talk about the twist at the end, because obviously this was filmed in such a way.
There is a second gong when they do.
No.
Yeah, there's two gongs. So,
Oh, I only caught the one.
yeah.
When does Jerry Lewis come into this film?
Yeah, later on, then they mention the sushi stuff again, and
right.
and the gong. Yeah, so twice they do the gong. Yeah.
And that's back when like, sushi was considered elite. There wasn't, believe it or not, folks, there was a time and day in the 90s when like sushi was like, oh, if you had like, you know,
It's rich people food.
Yeah.
but now sushi's all over. Publix has good sushi.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's decent. It is
Day.
decent. Spicy tuna is not bad.
I cannot follow you.
$8.
You are going down a path I cannot.
Dude, you ever had Publix sushi?
You want that little $8 little treat yourself?
Publix does everything well. Can we get that Publix sponsorship?
I'll
Dude, I mean, imagine, hometown company, you know, the biggest, best company out of Florida right now by far is Publix. They're invading other states. Speaking of Blitzkrieg's, what Publix is doing in the Southeast right now, oh my God, it's like a Publix are popping up in Georgia. Even got one in Tennessee where I'm from now. Publix is killing it. The Pub Sub.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you want to chase their sponsorship dollar, maybe don't compare them to Hitler.
Yeah.
You're like, Publix taking over is just like Germany in 1939.
Took over Poland. Doing it in Georgia, what they did to Poland.
They got the green and yellow uniforms. I'm sure the Publix marketing people are like,
Oh my
this
God.
is a wonderful depiction of our country. Let's give
The rest of the world, what Chick-fil-A is to fast food, is what Publix is to
grocery
Oh, 100%. When Publix comes near you, you're going to be like, wow, Florida's had this the whole time, you know?
Finally, something good to come from Florida. All right, so anyway, let's just talk about the change of the Ryan Phillippe character, Sebastian, in the end. Because, I mean, you can tell it's like, okay, this thing got canceled. We now need to put a pin on it. We need to get Sebastian to where he is now, to where he is when we meet him in the first film. How abrupt was that?
Very abrupt. So, yeah, I believe the setup is she calls him, like she's, like her dad's out of town, I want to say, and he comes over. And so, yeah, Sebastian, and like I said, she's been the good girl, you know, but now it looks like something's going to happen, you know, where there's feelings, there's emotion, and he thinks he's going to seal the deal. She loves him, he loves her, all that. And then she's like, ha, joke's on you. And then the closet door opens and Catherine comes out looking all hot. She got some leather thing going on. Looking real hot. Looking real hot.
Old, you're fine.
Yeah.
Fine as 16-year-old, but
Yeah, legal.
As far as leather outfits go, up there with Amanda Peterson from Can't Buy Me Love. I'm just going to put that out there. All right, obscure reference. If you've never seen the movie, Amanda Peterson, one of the hottest girls from the 80s. Beautiful, tragic story. I'm sure they're going to do a movie or a TV show about her career, you know, where she went from this beautiful hot girl. It's a great TV show, by the way. Amanda Peterson, if you want to depress yourself after you see all this comedy gold we're delivering, you know what I'm saying? If you want to bring it down, you know, watch her story on any YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos made about Amanda Peterson, but her in the leather outfit in Can't Buy Me Love is up there with Amy Adams coming out in that leather outfit in Cruel Intentions too. Both great girls in leather scenes.
in this episode, we've discussed abortion, the Holocaust, and 9/11.
9/11.
And you're worried about people being up too high and we need to bring them down. 3 topics we have covered in this episode.
Hey, speaking of 9/11, we forgot to just. I can't believe I just said that. Speaking of 9/11, we did bring a food.
Yeah.
But we might have seen one of our last twin power shots in cinema history.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really cool.
Yeah,
This production.
this is 99. I had a moment too where I
Never forget. Isn't it weird when you see the Twin Towers and movies, you get depressed there?
Yeah.
Oh, so many great films have it, and you just get depressed.
yeah.
Like watching King Kong, it's kind of hard again. You know what I'm saying? The 70s King Kong,
Absolutely, no. I mean, yeah, there definitely is like an emotional impact to see it, and I know exactly what you mean. There was a moment where you see the Twin Towers, and you're like, oh.
And it's just like when you see them in cinema now, it's just like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Just like it's going to bring any movie from that era down. Guys, if you really want to get depressed after you see all this comedy gold, after you watch Amanda Peterson, you want to go down to the depths of hell, watch a 9/11 documentary.
So when Sebastian Christian realizes the twist. that
Dave is doing some heavy lifting right now, trying to keep us on ground.
and Danelle are actually in on it, and then those two kiss, and it's hot. And then he realized, and they're like, we got you. And he's like, oh no, I thought that we were in love. And he gets over it in about 3 seconds.
Yeah,
there,
real quick.
It goes from crush to like, well, can't meet him, join him. And then there's an incest joke. And then, the three,
Which is probably real life, Dave. Let's face it. If we see Amy Adams gets down with a girl like that, our minds are going to change pretty quick about anything if they want us to join in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there are steps. There are steps. No, there's no blood.
Sir, what is your view on abortion? Oh, I'm pro-choice. Oh, I'm pro-life. You know what I'm saying? It's like diving in, like, your concept. Sir, what's your religion? Oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, I'm Muslim. Radical. Like, your mind's going to shift really quick when you see that happening in front of you. I get that part. I identify with that. My mind will change on a lot of things.
All right, but let's talk about a major plot problem
Yeah,
this
what's the problem with this
introduces.
plot?
The problem with this plot is that the whole plot of Cruel Intentions 1 is he wants to sleep with his stepsister.
Yeah,
well,
we knew that from the beginning.
literally the driving plot of 1 and 2 is supposed to be a prequel and ends with him sleeping with his stepsister.
First off, let's go ahead and say that the social impact of Cruel Intentions is beyond anything we've talked about so far. It started a whole subgenre of YouTube categories. Type in anything stepbrother, stepsister, stepdad, stepmom, whatever your flavor is. Cruel Intentions started that subculture on YouPorn. Oh my God. If you bought stock in Cruel Intentions and its cultural significance in mankind, you're Elon Musk right now. Because it paid off buttloads of money. I'm like the guy in the MSNBC, the bull. I'm pulling I don't have hair, but I'm pulling it out. Cruel Intentions is a bull.
All right, Jim Cramer, you gotta slow down.
Dude, I'm Jim Kramer. Can we wrap up the show? Oh my God.
For the love of God, I'm trying to.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry.
For the love of God, we are at the end. We have
No
reached.
more gummies for you.
The movie now ends in a limo. He now has sunglasses on. He's now cool, Sebastian. He's got a camera. He takes the Cherise picture. Then they're like, all right, I'm gonna have sex with you. And then while Catherine and the Annette's character, like Franzi, like, so we see the fall. It's Anakin is now Darth Vader, basically. Swept her out. Anakin is now, he was fully transformed to Darth Vader. Sebastian's now evil.
Oh, he did pull the Anakin pretty fast.
Yeah, he took things pretty fast. It was like a 5 seconds.
Catherine's like, I got the high ground. I hate you. Dude, he's left on the side of that bedroom where the two girls were kissing. Then all of a sudden she pushed him back together to Vader again. And let's talk about that camera focal length. What is that? To be in a limo and have a focal length camera? What's he shooting in there? Is she trying to get her nose hairs? I want to know the focal length of that camera. Somebody watches and help me because it's got, hopefully it's a 14 to 17, 18 maybe.
It would have.
It's got to be wide angle. But I mean, how many wide angle lenses? Let's be honest. How many wide angles lens? Is there something I don't know?
No, you're going real.
Maybe you have a fisheye lens in there, pal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so make Beastie Boys. So what you want?
All right, let's slam this plane. Let's land this plane.
The movie is now finished. Roll credits.
Roll credits.
Roll credits. Movie's over.
Cruel Intentions 2. What is our takeaway?
Oh my God.
I didn't really enjoy it because, again, it commits the biggest sin of comedy. Be funny. I didn't find it was funny. It didn't operate as a sexy thriller because it like went against its sexiness by trying to introduce bad comedy.
Yeah.
And I mean bad comedy, like very racially insensitive, very like class comedy that just doesn't land. Like all of the humor is very outdated. It felt out of step even in 1999. So it didn't work for me. Of course, my takeaway is Amy Adams is amazing. She's an amazing actress. She's amazing in this. And so you could see a star being born before your eyes. If you want to watch this movie really for its cultural significance, it's just to see a very, very early Amy Adams performance where you can totally see she's got the talent. This woman is going to be a megastar, and of course has become one. Other than that, Oh, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the very unequal sequel, Cruel Intentions 2. We do not recommend you watch it, not even as a hate watch. So please tune in very soon when we'll have a new episode. See you then.